Good morning. Good morning. It's Adele Anderson here from fulfillyourdestiny.ca. And today I'm talking about holding the space. Holding the space is a unique gift that many of us offer our clients, but it's also a gift that you can offer your sister, your brother, your mother, your father, and your lover. And based on this, I wrote a little informational blog this morning, and I would love to share it with you. So I'm just going to step away from the camera and allow you to see the beautiful view from the Sunshine Coast while I share what I wrote for you. Sorry, I keep disconnecting. I'm a little bit light on my signal this morning. But I'd like if you had just a moment to sit quietly and reflect. We all witness that so many times the human story is the same, or it feels the same. Someone tells you something and you go, oh, I had an experience like that, and you interject and you tell your own story. Something within what they said triggered an emotion inside of you that felt familiar, and you had a great desire to share. But what I'm saying today is to reflect on that and to try just being silent. So when your story triggers something within yourself, an experience that you have had, and this is the essence of holding the space. Holding the space allows their voice to fill the void. Their feelings, their experience, their story. It's allowing someone else to be heard without judgment, without opinion, without trying to find a solution for their discomfort or their pain, and without agreeing with them. You don't have to accept what they say to be true in the world. It's only true to them, and that's what matters. It's their truth. It's their experience. So often within the space there's uncomfortableness because we may not be comfortable with silence. And so, for myself, what I simply say is, and leave it there, and allow it to enter a silent place that then encourages them to say more. There's always more than what we believe to be there. So when we hear the resonance of something familiar within ourselves, we need to resist the need to acknowledge it and just wait for them to tell their story. It is not the time for you to share yours. It is not your story. It's theirs. So when we interject to lighten an uncomfortable silence between the words of what they need to say, it's like hijacking. We understand that that's a violent act, but it sort of feels that way. When you steal their story and make it your own, you take away their power. You change the dynamic within the room. It changes the energy. It's like breaking a promise. It changes everything. So, resist. Do a slow blink of just letting it settle within yourself, and allow the space for them to continue on. It is within the silence between the words that the power takes place. And we can never imagine what that might be. It surprises me so often, And I have to say, it surprises them even more. Sorry, we got interrupted and I'm not sure where. I'm losing signal, so I'm just going to change locations so you can see the view there. And I apologize, I'm not sure where we lost connection. So we were talking about holding the space, and I'm saying that it's a human story, and that the emotions that are triggered within us remind us of a similar situation that we've experienced. But what I'm saying is that we need to learn to be quiet and to acknowledge what they need to say. Allow the space of silence to be filled with their voice, with their feelings, and with their experience. This is the essence of holding space. It's a gift of allowing someone else's voice to be heard, of truly listening to what they say without judgment, without opinion, and most importantly, without a solution, because they will unlock their own wisdom. You're simply allowing the space for that to happen. And without agreeing with them, no matter how you feel about it, it really doesn't matter. It's their truth. It's what they believe to be true. And the truth in the world, right, wrong, or indifferent, doesn't really matter. So you just have to be. Be silent and be comfortable in the silence. And resist the need to acknowledge. And resist the need to embed yourself in their story. If there's pain, if there's grief, if there's sadness, it's not your pain. It's not your grief. And it's not your sadness. And if you drop into that pain with them and begin to feel their expression of pain, then you will hijack them. You will no longer be listening. You'll be in their pain. And that is all that you will be able to do, is to manage your own experience of pain. And so that's what I encourage you to do, is to have a slight separation from them, in that you're protected from feeling their pain and allowing them to express themselves fully. When we embed in their pain and we acknowledge their pain and we drop into their pain and feel it, we steal their opportunity to tell you their story. It changes the dynamic. It changes their energy. We're no longer listening, we're feeling, and that changes everything. In the silence between the pain and between what needs to be said, powerful changes take place. And truthfully, you can never imagine what that might be. It's always a surprise. It's always an awakening. And within it, they find some sort of inner peace, some resolution, and a shift. And that is the power of the silence. Without silence, there's no space for the shift to take place. Without the waiting, no matter how uncomfortable it may make us, there is no time for them to find their inner wisdom and to complete the thought that must be completed in order for them to feel well again. to have their breakthrough. So that's what I share with you today, is the power within the silence. The silence provides its own sense of resolution. And that's what I send with you today. So stay well out there. This is Adele Anderson at fulfillyourdestiny.ca, and I am wishing you a beautiful day.